Hey sis, you alive? Missed call! Missed call! Come on, pick up already, will you? You're a useless good-for-nothing high school dropout. What? Are you too busy? You have no excuse to be ignoring me. Our parents love me way more than you because I'm a super smart genius. You should at least pick up the phone right away when I'm calling you. I'm your sister. Hey! Pick up! Dropout Rachel, you there? Pick up the damn phone already!
Oh my God, what? Look at the goddamn time. Do you realize how late it is right now? Quit blowing up my phone.
It's your fault for not responding sooner.
I was sleeping.
You were? But wasn't there that one saying? There's no rest for the poor? I thought you hadn't slept in like a month because of how busy you must be.
It's no rest for the wicked. Besides, I don't possess those kinds of superhuman abilities. I have a consistent sleeping schedule where I get plenty of rest. You're interrupting that. As such, I'm sleepy. That means I'm going to sleep now. Bye.
You better hold on just a darn minute. I went out of my way to message you. At least hear me out until the very end. Ugh, of course a high school dropout would be so impatient. No one wants to deal with people like you. That's why our parents don't love you.
You're a college graduate, yet you don't even bother putting that education of yours to use. Instead, you remain cooped up in that house every single day, indulging in your idle desires and staying a hermit. Compared to someone like that, I think I'm contributing a lot more to society.
What was that? Why you? How dare you speak to me like that?
You heard me. Anyway, I'll be turning my phone off now. That means this time I'm going to sleep for sure, so, goodbye.
Hey!
The next morning.
Hey Rachel. How dare you? Your sister went out of her way to message you. Yet you went and shut her down immediately. What's the meaning of this? Who do you think you are to be doing that?
Hey, Mom. Before you complain to me, why don't you first scold that genius daughter of yours who thinks it's totally fine to message me on WhatsApp at 2 a.m. in the morning?
Why would I scold her for anything? She's never in the wrong. After all, she's a super smart college graduate. She can do what she wants.
Blah blah, okay, whatever. At any rate, what did she even want from me? If she had chosen now to message me, I could have heard her out no problem. But you seem like you might already know what's going on. Might as well ask you since we're talking.
Yes, well, just so you know. You don't have to send us money anymore.
What? Really? Why not?
You see, our Lori found a good job.
Oh, what an unexpected development. So that means from now on, instead of me, she's going to be giving you guys money from her salary from now on?
Yep, exactly. And of course, she'll be making way more money than a high school dropout like you ever could. So she told us she's totally fine doing that. To think, she's just joined this company, but within 1 month, she'll be surpassing your salary. That's my girl. As expected of my genius college graduate. It's an insult to even try comparing her to you.
Cool. Basically, that means you don't need me anymore, and I can leave you alone.
You got it. You've fulfilled your only purpose to us. I'm glad to see you understand that. You don't have to contact us ever again, so live by yourself from now on and do whatever you want. I won't care.
Got it. That's good news for me too. This was the best possible outcome, honestly.
Excuse me?
This means that finally, all my money belongs to me and no one else. I don't have to use it for anyone but me anymore. I'll get to save up even more than I used to.
Oh my. I see how it is now. You have such paltry wages as a high school dropout that sending your poor parents money every month was such a struggle. You were probably just barely scraping by.
Say whatever you'd like. I don't care. What you should be most happy about is how Lori's finally got a proper job before she's hit 30. At this rate, I was even getting worried. After she graduated college, she started idly working a part-time job a couple of times a week. Finally seeing her in a new job is such nice progress to see from her, isn't it? She's growing as a person.
What's with that attitude? Why are you acting like you're better than her? That hasn't been her fault. She was just having a difficult time finding a job that'll recognize how much of a super smart genius she is and appreciate her gifts. Unlike you. In your case, you only had a middle school diploma to work with while finding a job. Don't act like you can pretend to know the first thing about her circumstances.
Do you want to know the reason why I dropped out of high school in the first place? It was because you were getting in my way, making it almost impossible for me to continue my education. You sabotaged me. Not like you care though. You're just happy ruining my life. Whatever, I got it. I won't contact you anymore, and if you're gonna say I don't need to keep up with the allowances, well, I don't really care how you'll be interpreting this, but just know that I'm super happy about it. This is some of the best news I've gotten this year.
Gosh, you're so pathetic. It's no wonder I never loved you. The only worth you ever had to us was in the allowances you'd send us. But even that value was taken by your super smart and genius sister Lori.
Great. I was going to send you guys money next week, but I'm guessing there's no need for that anymore.
Yep, that's right.
Got it. Finally. I feel so relieved. It's like a heavy burden been lifted off of my shoulders.
Oh no. You're just so happy you've finished serving your only purpose to us. How strange. I mean, that means you've basically been disowned. I shouldn't think that's something to be celebrating, but what do I know? As expected, it's impossible to work out what a high school dropout like you's thinking.
Right. I'm not expecting someone like you to understand me, so don't worry your pretty little head about it. Bye. I hope I never have to talk to you again.
A few moments later.
Hey sis! You should be able to text me back now, right? It's not that late. This will probably be the last time we'll ever contact each other, so I compromised and messaged you at a time that's convenient to you. Teehee, aren't I considerate?
Oh, hi. Congrats on the new job. I'm not being passive-aggressive or anything. I'm truly happy for you.
EW, are you just being a sore loser? Well, of course a high school dropout is no match against me, a college graduate. And of course even above that, I'm a super smart genius.
Figures that the one time I was being genuine is what grosses you out. There's really no helping you. Though, Since this is the last time we'll ever be speaking, it's no biggie if you don't want to answer it. It's just been bugging me this whole time.
What?
You're always calling yourself a genius, but on what grounds are you even basing that off of? Like, what made you start calling yourself that?
Huh?
It's true that you always got good grades back in school, but you were never top of the class or anything. As for sports, well, you were better than some of the other people playing with you, but you never left a particular impression at any of the sports competitions. You didn't really stand out. So why? What makes you such a genius that you're above everyone else? What is your specialty?
I'm a genius because Mom says so. What other reason do I need?
Huh? She's the one who started calling you that first?
Yeah. She says I'm super special. And that it's my very existence that makes me a super smart genius.
What kind of weird logic is that? Why would just being born make you smart by default? I don't think that's how the real world works.
Anyway, so that's what I am. A super smart genius.
Huh, I see. Whatever helps you sleep at night, I guess.
What's that? Then again, you're an ugly pleb who's totally unloved by our parents. No one likes you. But then there's me, your super genius smart sister. Of course, there's no way you'd ever understand how much more amazing I am than you.
That's right. I don't.
Oh, is that so? At least you're self-aware. I suppose I'll have to show you an example to try and help you understand, my poor dumb sister. Just for you, I'll tell you exactly how much I'll make per month.
You don't have to. I'm good.
Too bad. Anyway, guess what? I'm making $1,500 per month.
What?
And every month, I'll be giving our parents $100. How about it? That'd be totally impossible for a poor impoverished wench like you.
Are you being for real?
Teehee, are you surprised by how much I'm making? But of course. As expected of me, a super genius college graduate.
Hey. I guess you expected me to be impressed or something. I have to give you some credit. You are super special, just not in the way you think.
What? Hey, what do you mean by that? Are you making fun of me?
No, it's just...
What? Just spit it out.
You know, Lori. I think I'm going to have to show you the harsh reality of the real world. That's why I'm going to say what I'm about to say.
Oh my God, what? Just tell me.
Up until now, I've been sending $2,500 every month to our parents.
Huh? That much? Say what?
Well, they told me I won't have to do that anymore, so I can safely say that in the past tense now. I was sending them $2,500 a month.
Just hold on a second. You don't mean you make $2,500 a month? Like, how can you handle giving them that much money every month? If you can afford that, then how much do you make?
Let's see, well, it varies slightly from month to month. But I'd say on average I make about $7,000 a month.
Huh? No way. Don't tell me you got involved in some shady business. You aren't committing crimes or anything to get your hands on that kind of money, are you? If that's dirty money, then you might even get our parents in trouble.
Don't be ridiculous. I would never do that. I earned that money fair and square.
But then what's the meaning of this? What's a high school dropout pleb like you doing to earn that much money? No matter how you look at it, it doesn't make sense. You have to be doing something shady. That's the only logical explanation.
Well, I'd say the real reason is kind of simple actually. My job is the kind that doesn't require an academic background. We're all on an equal playing field regardless of education. That's all.
What?
When I visited you guys last time during the 4th of July, I'm pretty sure I left behind one of my business cards.
I didn't know anything about that. Don't recall seeing it.
Well, I guess that means it was tossed out in the garbage. How typical. You guys never value anything but the money I give you. Anyway, I make handmade goods for a living. That business card had the name of my store and my website since I only sell my stuff online.
What? You do? Doesn't that mean you hand make those little accessories and trinkets to sell? You can earn that much money just by doing that?
I mean, it depends on the person. Some people only earn a few $100s a month, while others can earn even up to $10,000.
No way!
Yeah. So basically your income depends on your individual ability and your determination.
I see. So $10,000, huh? That's more than what you earn at $70,000. And if you of all people are earning that much, then that probably means a super smart genius like me can earn like $20,000 in 1 month.
What?
As I thought, I am super smart.
Lori?
Anyway, bye.
Many months later.
Oh my God, Rachel? Could you start sending us money again? Pretty please?
Huh? Mom? What's this all of sudden? I thought my super smart sister was sending you money.
That Lori! She's only been giving us $100 a month. Do you hear that? $100! We can't live off of that. That won't make even a dent in our daily living expenses.
I guess that also means that debt isn't getting any smaller either.
What?
It's because Dad was designated as a cosigner on a loan that he got saddled with a ton of debt. That $2,500 I was sending you guys every month was put into paying that off, am I right?
Huh? Why do you know that?
You were complaining about it to our relatives. You did it often enough that even I caught word of it.
Oh, I see. I was really talking about it that often?
Yeah. When I first found out, I didn't know what to do. That meant I was basically helping him pay off his debt. I didn't think my money was being put into something like that. But soon after that, you told me I didn't need to send you guys money anymore, so that basically cleared up my worries real quick. Thanks to that, I felt like a huge weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I suppose I'm glad you felt relieved, but how about resuming that?
I won't. And that's all because of you, by the way. You not only told me I don't need to send you any more money, but that I fulfilled my only duty on you. You can't just change your opinions on a whim like that. Especially when it comes to something like this.
No way!
Anyway, I have just one thing to say to you.
Oh no! What?
Lori was saying that she only earns $1,500 a month.
Excuse me?
Yeah. I was wondering why she was sending you so little every month compared to me. I didn't think she was that selfish to only give you a pittance, but this makes a lot more sense. $100 is all she can afford to give you. It seems she didn't actually become a proper full-time employee. It's just she got a new part-time job somewhere else and she fell in love with the manager there. And to make herself more appealing to stand out, she now works 5 shifts a week instead of just 2. And as a result, she now makes $1,500.
Why on earth do you know all of that?
One of the manager's cousins was actually my former classmate. I didn't really agree with Lori's motives for increasing her shifts. I thought it was abnormal. But if that's what got her motivated, then I thought it was fine. That is, until I found out that manager she's been into was a married man.
What? No way!
Yeah, it's looking like it's going to get pretty messy, so I think you need to convince her to give up on him.
I can't believe this! No! This is awful!
Several days later.
Hey, sissy. I have a lot I want to say to you, but first things first. You must be lying to me. I started making handmade goods to put up for sale, but they're hardly selling at all. There's no way you're making $7,000 a month like this.
You sure are a piece of work, aren't you? Look, I don't know how you're going about selling them, but just because you make those goods and put them up for sale doesn't mean it's going to work out that easily. Even for me, it took like 3 years to be able to consistently earn as much as I do now. Without trial and error, no one's going to reach monthly earnings of $7,000 just starting out.
Even if that's true for most people, I'm a super genius. That shouldn't apply to me. I should be able to earn twice as much as you.
If you have the time to be complaining to me over WhatsApp like this, I'm sure you can work on finding yourself a proper job. If you're counting on your handmade goods to work out, most people would take up a job in the meanwhile until it starts paying enough to sustain yourself on. I know you're desperate for cash. You were sued for being involved in an affair with that manager of yours, weren't you? I'm sure his wife wasn't too pleased.
Huh?
I'm no longer in our hometown, but I'm still connected with some people who live there. That's how I obtain this kind of information. It just sorta comes to me even if I don't ask for it. Even so, I have absolutely zero intentions of helping you. Just as Mom said, I've fulfilled my purpose to you guys. That means you have no need for me anymore. And just as she said, I'm going to live completely on my own away from you all, spending my money for myself on what I want.
No. Rachel. Wait.
Goodbye. I didn't say anything to my family. But just the other day, I registered my marriage to a guy I've been dating a while now. We've just publicly become a wedded couple. I didn't waste any time in taking advantage of how my mom told me I didn't have to speak with them anymore. I was free. My husband knows about how my family treats me, so once I told him about the situation, it was decided we'd move to his hometown. Several days later, I got a message from my former landlord. In a desperate attempt to get money out of me, they came banging on the door to my old apartment, screaming their demands to give them money. They were making such a huge racket, they had to call the police on them. It seems I got out of there in the nick of time. I'd hate to think what would have happened if I had stuck around. They don't know my new married name, and I haven't told them my new address. On top of that, I've changed my phone number. I think it's safe to say I've successfully cut them off now. As for how they're doing now, it seems they're suffering under a pile of debt that only seems to increase at every turn. They're living in hell on earth. But that doesn't matter to me. Next year, I'll be giving birth to my child. From here on out, I've decided I want to put all my efforts into protecting my newly found happiness for as long as possible.